Hello Year 11. Yesterday I set you some homework on completing Winter 2016. Later this very evening, it's 9:26 and I thought I should do a help guide on how to complete some of the database questions. So, the question says, you are now going to prepare some reports for the company. Make sure all currency values display the pound sign and are to 2 decimal places. If the pound sign is not available, select a different currency sign displayed to 2 decimal places. Using a suitable database package, import the file n216members.csv. Use these field names and data types towards the question. And at the bottom over here, it also says set the member number field as the primary key. So I'm just going to move this out of the way, and I'm going to go to File, New Database, New Blank Desktop Database, save it in a suitable location. I'm just going to save it here and call it Winter 2016 Demo. Okay, create. Yes, I'm going to replace it. And remember what I have always told you. At this stage, please click on the small X to get rid of the table there. Go to External Data, Text File, import the data, click on Browse. Okay, we're importing N216 members, so I'm going to click on that. I'm going to click on Open. Never click on Link, only ever click on Import or Append. In this particular scenario, we only have to use Import. So then I will press OK. My data is separated by a comma, so I leave it as delimited, and I click on Next. The first row contains field names, so I click the box, and this happens at the top. Click on Next. It is important for me to now check against my fields. So the first one was text, member ID, title was also text, first name text, last name text, address 1 text, postcode text, gender is text, date join is date and time. Scroll across a little bit so I can see my fields. Type is text. Fees due, I can see there are -1s and 0s, so I change it to yes and no. And payment method is also text. I click on Next. Okay, in the question it told me that the member ID, member number, is the primary key, so I will choose my own primary key. Click on Next. Okay, I'm done with this. I'm going to click on Finish. If at this stage, as I have told you many times, if you have an error, then you must close, delete the tables that appear on the left hand side and start again. But as you can see, I have no errors, so I'm going to click on Close, and my data is now imported. You will see that the fees due column is showing 0s and -1s. So I'm going to click on the small X, I'm going to right click, Design View. Okay, I'm going to scroll down to where it says fees due. At the bottom, I'm going to select Format. I'm going to say yes and no. Lookup, make sure it says text box. Also, on my question paper, the date join format, it wants it in this particular format. So date, day, month, year, year. To do that, I will simply go to the date join column, click in it, go to the format box at the bottom and select short date because that matches the same criteria. I click on the small X, I say yes. Okay, double click to check your data, and as you can now see, it is showing yes and no. Click on the small X again. Let's go back to the question. At this stage, you must save the data. Okay, quite simply, it's already saved. Okay, and then you have to take a screenshot of the evidence. I would recommend that you show a screenshot of this format here and the fact that you change this to yes or no. Anything you do, show it. If you notice, it doesn't ask you to show you every little bit, but I would. Next question. Now this is something which is new, okay, and you may not have come across on previous exam papers. Question 21 says, using a drop-down menu, format the pay method field to restrict data entry to only the following entries: cash, credit card, check, debit card, pay M. No other entries should be allowed within this field. So in order to do this, I'm going to go to my design view of my table. I'm going to click inside the payment method box. I'm going to go to lookup at the bottom and drop this menu down to select combo box. When I select combo box, okay, where it says raw source type, okay, because I have a value list, I have a list of values, which is cash, credit card, check, debit card, pay M, I'm going to select value list. Underneath it, in raw source, I will type in the values that I have been given. So the first one, in speech marks, I'm going to type in cash, close speech marks, semicolon. Then speech marks, credit card, exactly as it appears in the exam paper, semicolon, check. I forgot to add the speech marks here, semicolon, debit card. Again, please do not forget to add the speech marks at the beginning and at the end of each item, each value in your list, semicolon, and the last item, last value in my list is pay M, speech marks. Enter. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to now check if this works. I click on the small x. Yes, I save changes. I open my table. I click in this box here. As you can see now that an arrow has appeared. Okay, that tells me it's going to be a list, a drop-down menu. I click on it, and now you can see I have a restricted list that have been prescribed by the exam board. Click on the small x, and that question is done. Again, it asks you insert into your evidence screenshots to show the drop-down menu and how you have limited these 5 values. So for this particular part, the way I would do it is I would right-click, go to design view, go to payment method, go to lookup, okay, and take a screenshot of this area here, preferably using the snipping tool. Okay, I would also close this and then open this view and show this as well to the exam board. So you've shown every bit of evidence to show that your method works. Next question. Enter the following record into the members table. So this is very easy. Okay, you simply open your database. Okay, and I'm just going to bring this to the left here and scroll right to the bottom over here, and I'm going to enter his details. So his member number is SW026, title is Mr., first name is Bradley, surname, last name is Holloway, 42 Boar Street, his postcode is BD 23 9XR. Remember, be careful when you type in these things in. Its data entry is very, very important. 02, accurate data entry, I should say. 02/2015. Fees due. Sorry, type is SW. Fees due is yes. And using my drop down menu, which I created earlier, I'm going to select debit card. Click on save at the top, small x, done. Next question. Again, please check your data for errors, okay, otherwise you will have problems later on. This is import the file n216rates.csv as a new table in your database. Make sure the annual fee is formatted as currency. Set the memb code field as a primary key. And then finally, you have to create a one-to-many relationship between mem code field in the rates table and the type field in the members table. Okay, so I'm going to minimize this. I'm going to go to external data, text file, browse. I can't remember what the table was called, N16 rates, and there it is. Click on open. Okay, I'm going to import the table. I'm not appending, I'm importing a new table. Press OK. Okay, it's separated by a comma. Press next. First row contains field name. Click next. Okay, and it tells you in a very short way that the annual fee is formatted as currency. So, member code, text, text, age range, text. You may see numbers here, but it also includes characters and letters. So you must leave these as text. The annual fee is the final item, which, as the question paper tells you, should be currency. Click on next. Okay, the mem code, as the exam paper tells us, should be the primary key. Click on next. Click on finish. Okay, again, I have no errors here, so I simply click on close, and there is my table appearing there. I double click on it, and there is my data. I can see it. The question also said, create a one-to-many relationship between the mem code field in the rates table, that's the one I've just imported, and the type field in the members table, one we did earlier. To create a relationship, I go to Database Tools, Relationships. I add both tables like so, and as I have told you many times, make it bigger so you can see all the fields. Okay, spread it out a little bit. So we need to go from here to type on this side over here. So I click on this and I drag it over like so. And as you can see at the bottom, it's showing a one-to-many relationship. Okay, take all these, click on create, and I can see 1 to infinity, and that means one-to-many relationship. Click on the small x, click on yes, and that question is done. Now it says place in your evidence document screenshot showing the relationship between the two tables. Again, Database Tools, Relationships, I would show this. I would also show this to show the exam board you know exactly what you're doing and you have done it correctly. Okay, click on that, click on the small x, done. Oop, wrong position. Next question. I'm going to stop there and record the next question later on. Thank you for listening. I hope this helps you.